This segment is brought to you by Cypress Stop, home of the happy customer. All right, welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Martin Falls, and I was looking over my notes one day, and I saw South Louisiana chapter, Delta Waterfowl Banquet. And I was going, well, I grew up around outdoor stuff my whole life, and Jay, maybe we can bring that up for everyone to see at home. But there you see it on the screen. And I said, well, this is interesting. Let's get some folks up here to talk about this because it's encouraging for the area. So let's meet our guests, if we could. We have Jay Shake Snyder, who is the chairman of South Louisiana chapter, Delta Waterfowl. Jay, good to see you.
Thank you for having us, Martin.
All right, a very familiar face to me anyway. Ben Robichaux is the vice chair, and Ben, always good to see you.
You too, buddy. Thanks for having us.
All right, and then John Poinson, who don't know John? John's everywhere. Wildlife Heritage Fund chairman.
Yeah,
You
thanks,
got
Martin.
all these titles, John.
Well, you never know when that comes back to repay yourself.
How you juggle all these titles?
That's the white hair we were talking about earlier. That's kind of where that comes from.
All right, so Jay, tell me about it. This is something that especially a lot of people who love outdoors, probably some of them know about already, but others like myself that on the peripheral, we don't know anything about. So first of all, explain, what is the organization? What do y'all do?
Thank you for having us in. So starting off with Delta Waterfowl is a nationwide, USA and Canada organization for duck conservation. We started the South Louisiana chapter last year. We had our very first banquet, October 10th of 2024. We were able to raise right under $154,000. That was the highest ever raised of the first year chapter in that organization. We finished 10th out of all organizations. So really high numbers. The community really supported us, and through that we were able to give back to our community with the Wildlife Heritage Fund program. We get to keep 20% of the money raised to spend at a local, for local organizations, and that's what John's in charge of. So it really was a very successful first year banquet.
All right, there's always a catalyst why people start organizations. What was the reason? What was your personal interest in this?
Well, we had traveled to the National Expo in Little Rock, Arkansas, Ben and I, 2 years in a row, and really got to understand what Delta Waterfowl did. And when we learned that you got to keep 20% of the money raised to spend locally, they have no control, they don't have any say-so, no finger over you. There's some certain rules, so it doesn't get wasted. But we were able to give directly back to our community. And when you're giving so much to an organization, and we've seen so many other ones, it's nice to be able to give back and be in control of what you're actually doing on your home turf. Every area is a little different.
Yeah. Ben, of course, like I said, I've been knowing Ben for a long, long time, good friends with his parents. And what got you involved, Ben?
Same thing like Jay said, we're very much involved in the hunting community, and we've always just had a passion for hunting and wanting to see how we can achieve to make things last for younger generations growing up, to where we'll be able to cherish these moments with our loved ones growing up when they're kids, and just being able to preserve it as long as we possibly can. So even having Ducks Unlimited in our community, having another source can only benefit by us joining forces, working together to figure out other ways to help build our hunting community here in our local town. So we just thought it'd be a great idea to maybe have another avenue and, to bring in more money to give back to our community. So that's what really stuck home for us.
Yeah, we'll talk about what you're trying to do. I want to bring in John, who's the Wildlife Heritage Fund chairperson. And John, what's your role specifically in this?
So mainly I kind of go out and look for other organizations that we could donate to, mainly youth hunts. That's what we kind of said we were going to pride ourselves on. And that's when, Jay asked me to be a part of this. I'm absolutely, I'm all about that. So being able to take these young people hunting, that's a big deal for us here in South Louisiana. I mean, and I'm more excited about this specifically because in the hunting aspect, the way I was kind of raised and brought up to be a good hunter, and my brother-in-law, brought me into this, and being an avid duck hunter now, I couldn't ask for a better organization to be a part of. And like Jay said, giving us the funds that we can turn around and give back to our community locally, that's really what it's all about. And we're having the the Fletcher School, not Fletcher, it's
Lewis Miller Technical High School.
yeah, I'm sorry, the technical high school. Yeah, with Kevin on Kyle and those guys are building us our Doug boxes. That is really, really cool. Those kids are so excited to do that for us. And, but yeah, basically, just to be able to give back to our community is wonderful through this organization from a hunting aspect.
Yeah, and do y'all, as we go to the first break, we'll come back and talk about the banquet. But I remember when I was a kid and I wanted a BB gun. And Daddy said, well, when you can memorize the 10 rules about guns, I'm going to get you a BB gun. Well, I had to go in my room and study and learn the 10 rules. And he quizzed me on them. Thank God I got all 10.
Yeah.
Then I got a Daisy BB gun. Is that sort of what y'all educate kids about all the rules, or is it more just the conservative approach?
Conservative approach. And last year we actually took a kid who was battling cancer on a duck hunt. So it's kind of just the kids who don't get the opportunity to hunt. Get them out there in the outdoors, show them why we love it so much, why we appreciate it. And hopefully that sparks the love for them as well. That way they can continue to grow. And, that's all we want as hunters, to keep continuing it to get better and better.
That's always good to hear that, and especially bringing somebody out there who, I hate to say, may not get another opportunity. You can bring them out there and help him or her and let them enjoy themselves. We'll take a break. We're going to come back. The banquet is coming up. We're going to tell you about the banquet, the 2025 banquet. And we're going to give a few plugs to sponsors who are helping along the way. So we'll be right back. This segment was brought to you by Cypress Stop, home of the happy customer. All right, we're back talking about something exciting, the 2025 banquet for the South Louisiana chapter of Delta Waterfowl. There you see it right there. Once again, we have Jay Shakespeare, the chairman, Ben Robichaud, the vice chair, and John Poinson, the Wildlife Heritage Fund chairperson. So let's morph into the banquet now, because these banquets are so important and things like this. And naturally, you need people participating. And I think Coco Marina stepped, they're the naming sponsor?
They're our title sponsor this
Title
year.
sponsor,
Yes, sir.
okay.
So they actually came in and helped us out tremendously. Our banquet this year is going to be October 9th at the Houma Civic Center. We currently have about 75 tables sold, with about 10 more to sell. Like I stated earlier, last year was a really big banquet, really successful. We had a lot of fun, a lot of guns given away. This year we have over 25 guns to give away at the banquet. Hundreds and hundreds of different rifle items that Ben will get into, auction items, silent auction items. We've really been doing a lot of hustling, trying to get some good items in the room so people can have fun and hopefully win something.
Yeah, let me ask you, Ben, how much is a table? Does it vary where you sit?
Yes, so there's different table levels, all the way from 750 all the way up to 5,000, and those different tiers offer either table service for food, alcohol, different giveaway items that we give away at each table. There's just a lot of benefits to different tiers, just depending on what level you would like to spend. But at the end of the day, getting people in the door and raising money, the more money we raise, that percentage that comes back to us is really what makes, the factor of what we can do to really benefit our community. Because the more we raise, obviously, the more we keep. So, anybody that, has some time and wants to come learn about ducks and get a chance to win a gun or a barbecue pit or something, we have all kinds of prizes to give away, just any little bit helps.
So look, you could buy a single for $75.
Correct.
And you get a couple. You want to bring your girlfriend to the banquet, $140, and $25 is a youth ticket. So
Correct.
the youth get discounts.
Yes, sir.
To get in. That's pretty good. John, they got other events. They got the Hero Fest this weekend, big event.
Yep.
And I know that this organization has a booth over there. So while everybody's sharing their goodwill, they could pass by the booth and get some information.
Yeah, so if they're looking to actually become a sponsor, or you want to pick up a table or buy a ticket, they'll have a Hero Fest. It'll be out at Hero Fest. They'll have a booth out that way. We'll be doing like this clay shoot game, trying to raise a little funds for Delta Waterfowl as well, which they allow the nonprofit organizations to go in there and also profit on Hero Fest. And if there's anybody that we would really highly encourage to bring the kids. We want a lot of kids coming to our banquet. So if anything, sacrifice a little bit, get yourself a single ticket and bring your kid. That's where we're trying to gear this. We're trying to revitalize the youth foundation of hunting here. So we would love to see you come Saturday, come play games with us, and it'd be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, let me ask you, Jay, because, God, when I used to go sit in them duck blinds, and thank God I had to work all the time here, because I used to sit there and freeze in them duck blinds. But then the ducks,
I think that still happens.
yeah, the limit would change so much. You go, God, I'm sitting out there freezing, and the limits change. Y'all got to sort of morph through all that as in follow all the laws and rules and see where it ends up, huh?
Yes, sir. And that's why we like the wood duck box project that we've been working on. We can't change the way ducks migrate. No one, no one ever really truly figured it out completely. And so what we can do is we can control our local wood duck population. And that's why we so pride ourselves on having over 300 houses implemented in Terrebonne Lafourche Parish. Is that these wood duck boxes that we're putting out, we're giving out to the community that people are putting out, that wood ducks will actually nest in them, thus creating a lot better, resource of wood ducks locally. Right?
Don't the wood ducks share the box with the whistling?
They do. They do. So actually both will actually nest in them, but the wood ducks will nest before, then the whistling ducks will come in and nest after. So they don't even nest at the same time. So you can actually have both species of ducks nest in the same box each year.
That's a great example of everybody getting along.
That's right.
Sharing the wealth. That's pretty cool. I like that. So, so can people get boxes, or how do they?
Yes.
Okay. You sell the boxes?
We're going to be giving them away at the banquet to table sponsors, but we also, once a year, we do a big giveaway where we have the local students build them. And we go to, last year we went to Songy Sporting Goods and we gave away 200 boxes in 2 hours. And all you do is sign up, just what area you plan to deploy, and hopefully some pictures that we can share, on our social media pages, just to show, how far we're spreading out with all these boxes.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. And Jay, Ben, and John joining us today. Let's bring that flyer up one more time. South Louisiana Chapter, Delta Waterfowl Banquet. And there you see October 9th. And does it have a time? Yep. And the doors open 5 p.m. and the dinner's at 7 p.m. Thank y'all for what y'all doing to get involved with something like this and educate, especially the youth of our area. It takes a lot. And I know y'all time is valuable, and yet you split it to do this kind of stuff, but for future generations. Thank y'all for coming today.
Thank you for having us.
All right, there you have it.
Appreciate
So get involved. Get some of these seats and tables and all that good stuff. We'll take a break. We'll have a lot more right here on Bayou Time. Don't go away. This segment was brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs.